questions is, what's the best place to get market analysis? Yeah, so the best place to get market analysis, like to figure out, so you're basically saying, where's a good area for you to be shopping around? Now that depends on where you want, like how much money you have. That depends on how much money you have. All right, so just kind of make a drawing like this, and I say primary market, and this is secondary market. Secondary, I said secondary, just so you know. And this says this is tertiary. Tertiary just means country. And this right. And so your primary market, obviously this is going to be like, Nashville. And then secondary would be like, maybe a suburb outside of Nashville, not Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro we consider a primary market. Anywhere that you find like CubeSmarts and extra space storage, like these big, huge, facilities, that's all primary market. Okay. Secondary market to me is really like standalone cities. Like, so for instance, in Tennessee, the one that I just showed you, this deal right here, we're buying that in Clarksville. Clarksville, Tennessee is like the perfect secondary market. Okay. A secondary market is like a standalone city that could be anywhere from 50 to 150,000 people. I'd say over 150,000 people, you really get into primary market, but 50 to 100,000. So if you can afford that, I mean, essentially this is going to be a 4 to 6 cap rate. And this is cap rate. And, all right, so this is going to be like, millions of dollars. I would say it's like $5+ million. All right. So there's one storage facility that just came up for sale in Tallahassee. Tallahassee typically has anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 people in it, based off of like when the universities are open or not. In the summer, there's a lot less people than obviously during the school time. But, but there's I've never seen a facility come up in Tallahassee, but there's one facility that finally came up. It was like $4 million. All right. And that was like the junkiest facility in the city, honestly. So I would say, 5 million plus. And this is all right, typically for like a primary market. Okay. A secondary market, I said standalone cities, but also secondary markets. And secondary market would be like maybe, so maybe, like for instance, like we own a facility in Valdosta, Georgia, which has like 75,000 people. And, so that's a very good, secondary market. Clarksville is a very good secondary market. And so these are going to be like really 6 to 7% cap rates. And your prices are going to be like what you saw here. It's going to be like $1 to $3 million. Maybe more. Maybe $3 million plus, $3 or $4 million. So maybe some secondary markets sometimes have like one random CubeSmart. CubeSmart seem to be like in secondary markets a lot, but like, extra space and public storage and stuff like this, they have not quite made it a lot of times to secondary markets. So if you pull up, and the reason why CubeSmarts are in a lot of secondary markets is because they do a third-party management. So a lot of these buildings, like a lot of these CubeSmarts, you'll drive by and it's like, that doesn't look like a CubeSmart, and that's probably like third-party management is what it is, okay? And then also, so finally you have tertiary markets, and tertiary markets are like, less than $1 million, right? Less than $1 million. And the cap rate is typically like a 7 to 8% cap rate. Okay. So when somebody says, how do I figure out where I'm supposed to be, like, where my market analysis is, where I'm supposed to be focusing, what I typically tell everybody is, how much can you afford? That's the first question that you can ask. Now, if you're very good at raising money and you're like, look, I know I could buy a $1 to $3 million facility, then you could be focusing on secondary markets. Like the two that you saw, these two facilities right here, these are both secondary market facilities. Okay, I'm in secondary market. I started in the tertiary market. Remember, I told you I started $1 million or less. Right, so okay. I started in tertiary market and then I worked my way up to the secondary market. Okay, and I'm like slow. Y'all could be way faster than me, but we're slow. My husband and I still seems like we're fast, but we are definitely slow and steady wins the race. Now, that's just how we are. And so yeah, because we like to do like, because essentially the reason why, like, we're not out to buy like millions of dollars worth of storage facility, because essentially we are like, we spend a lot of time traveling. If you guys have not followed me, you know, like all that from like 2020 to 2022, we did nothing but travel and like just manage the 11 facilities that we have. That's what we did.